So just ask any and all parts of you to come back into the present moment. And just do a little check-in with all of your parts. Good. And just relax your shoulders, relax your throat and your chin, relax your jaw. Right? Shake out any stiffness or rigidity and get excited. This is going to be phenomenal, I think. See how it goes. We'll call in the assistance of Padmasambhava to ground, center, balance, and align our dimensions, central axis, and all of our inner spiritual planes. And again, we'll add on to this, calling in a deep inaudible sound, because as we learned from last practice, um, it's important when working with life force to strengthen the connection of the group, and harmonics strengthen the connection of the group, right? So calling in Padmasambhava, ground, center, balance, and align, our central axis with a deep inaudible sound. Steady, full breaths, breathing up through that central vertical power current, right up and out through your crown chakra to the edges of the infinite universe, exhaling, coming all the way back down, letting go what doesn't belong. Bringing your awareness into that central vertical power current or the hara line. And now we'll rotate over to Yeshishogol to ground, center, balance, and align our magnetic grids and connection to the life force. A little bit of clearing, just steady, full breaths, and just letting go. And we'll just let that settle in. I mentioned last week, for a life force practice, it's really important to just take our time and do a very thorough and complete setup. So you just want to give yourself space to come into balance, right? We don't need to push forward or rush through. So just allow your minds to relax a little bit deeper, anchoring into the magnetic grids. Good. There you go, Renata. Now we shift over to the Masters of the Covenant to oversee our evolutionary energies and align them with the greater energy field, the planet, and the galaxy. This can feel a little different. Just relax and allow. Hmm. Here we go. Feel that start to smooth over and balance out. Great. Now we'll move over to the Bedouin, who oversee the earth of us and who assists in adjusting our physical body to balance our elements, metals, minerals, and ores. And as we did last week, we'll take a little extra time here so we can maintain that nice, strong connection in the group. And we'll move into the earth of us. Might be a little clearing here. Really dropping down into the earth of us. And we'll check in with water. Good. And air. Bringing air into balance. And fire. Good. Oof. Rotating our metals, minerals, and ores. And as many of you know, stagnant emotional energy binds to the metals, minerals, and ores in the body. So this is a practice to release some of that. For those of you that are new, these are pretty powerful practices. The energetics are very strong, so it might be a little unsettling or difficult to really relax into it and ground into it. But just do the best you can. Just breathe up and down that central vertical power current. Drop down as best as you can. Okay, rotating metals, minerals, and ores. Feels pretty good. Great. And now the masters of existence who regulate the life force of the planet and who assist in synchronizing all of our systems in a way that support a complete and totally cohesive reality. And we'll strengthen our connection to one another. Some of you bring your hearts a little closer to mine. It'll help strengthen the connection to the group and settle and smooth things over. Give this another minute or so. Great. For this practice, I'll call into alignment three of my emanations and my highest magical entourage. I'll call in the druids. And we'll start to open up. Set your intention to allow your fields to relax and soften out of your regular holding patterns and begin to allow an upwelling of magical intergalactic life force. You really feel it. It does feel like an upwelling within you. And we'll take it nice and slow, nice and easy. It's a complex model to design on the fly, so I may take some long pauses in between tracking and talking about the energetics with you. We're working with intergalactic life force, with dreaming frequencies to be adaptive, and creating frequencies to put into effect a dynamic and complete reorganization of our fields so that we can assimilate more power as it becomes available to us. Notice how different it is from last week. We're working with life force alongside two very distinct energies, design and construction, all in one. Up a little deeper now. Really track your own fields, the expansion of your own fields, and allow yourself to open up to the boundaries, right, as it continues to expand. So don't maintain sort of a holding pattern, but soften up so you can allow yourself to open up gradually. Some of you can probably sense this is a far more complex model of change. It's more adaptive. It allows us to address multiple layers within multiple different frames of reality. It can feel quite hard to pinpoint or unusual to adjust to. Why would we add all these additional layers? Why is it so innovative? Because it changes the infrastructure in our unconscious of where we source our energy, it resolves any transmutation in our fields of lower level energies being used for fuel, and reorganizes the field, giving us more clean energy while raising our base vibrational frequency. keeps us on the evolutionary track of life force while maintaining the flexibility to explore and experience other realities, right? So we're not just sitting in our own little individuated bubble of life force. This gives us that freedom and flexibility to shift into the earth of us, shift into the dimensions, maintain a powerful high order life force. So we become more capable of engaging in a larger platform of life. But shifting nicely, we'll drop in a little deeper. And the benefit is it's extremely comprehensive, right? Last week was just sort of like unbridled raw power. This has a felt sense that is smoother life force, a more subtle configuration, and at its deepest potency, it gives us access to more chi, more power, more freedom and ability to change and create. Great. Like liquid gold in the form of like futuristic, like pure futuristic life force. It's a much higher frequency. So we're dreaming and creating the future of our planet. It's a rare opportunity to work at this level. Mm. We'll drop in a little bit deeper in just a moment, but remember, a little bit of this goes a very long way. So we're just going to go just the right pace. We're dreaming the upliftment of ourselves, of each other and the planet while simultaneously creating it in real time. Full of the rich and satisfying frequencies of upliftment, inspiration, well being, wholeness, interconnection. And it also has a different relationship to time and space. Stay here for a few more moments. Take in any last drops. And we'll start to come back, begin to integrate and consolidate. Oof. And this may take some time. Integrating and consolidating. Oof, yeah, wow. This it was quite a bit of change to adjust to. Just keep dropping in. This is a great example of immaculate magical life force. And it's really an investment, you know, in taking down old structures that no longer serve us and recreating ourselves to be more, right? So congratulations. Great work.